What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Actually, this morning I had a question or email come in to my email address that I always leave down in the description of each video on what's the best liquid fertilizer for food plots. Hunters, wildlife managers, and people trying to improve their food plots are looking to liquid fertilizers, and there's a lot of benefits to that, and I see all positive with it. It's eco-friendly. The main thing is finding one that is developed in a patented process to where when you spray it on your food plot, it cannot be washed off. It sticks to the plants and is readily available to the plant to where the plant can utilize 100% of that. And that is Farmer's Touch NPK. NPK is a 5-13-8 liquid fertilizer. You can spray anything that's green and growing on it. I actually started doing this about 4 years ago now, using liquid fertilizers. I still use a granular fertilizer, and there's a time and place for everything. So what I would recommend to you guys is at planting, when you're planting your seed for your food plot, if the recommended rate is 300 pounds of granular fertilizer per acre, cut that in half. And then when the plants reach 6, 8, 10 inches tall, come back in and foliar feed with the Farmer's Touch NPK. It'll stick right to that plant. It makes that plant, or it gives that plant 100% of that fertilizer to where that plant can use it 100%. On a granular fertilizer, it's still needed in some cases, and you can save that money by cutting that fertilizer cost in half on initial planting. And I like it because when you granular feed and you broadcast that into the soil, a lot of that is not utilized because you have different soils, you have different cation exchanges in the soil, you have pH issues, you have low pH where the soil can't, no matter how much you fertilize, it can't give it to that plant. When you come back in and foliar feed a plant, it gives it right to that plant. It don't matter what the soil is. So you're benefiting the plant by giving it directly to the plant through the leaves, and you're boosting your plant growth, how fast it's growing, the nutrients available in the plant, which then can give it to the deer. If you want to give it a shotgun effect, you can come back in and foliar feed and mix micronutrients with the NPK, which is the antler grow. Come back in, you can foliar feed your plants, have better results. You save on the front end, but also you have a better end game. When it's all said and done, you have a healthier plant. So with people with poor pH issues, you should obviously always be trying to fix that with pH. But no matter how much you add on a foliar or a granular fertilizer to that soil, if your pH is low, it don't matter. The plants are just not going to absorb it. So like I mentioned, I started doing this 4 years ago, seen tremendous results with foliar feeding liquid fertilizer 5-13-8. And some people might say, well, that's kind of low. Well, the reason it's low, it's not really low, but the numbers are lower than say like a O2020 or triple 19 or something like that, is because it's instant. If you have a high liquid fertilizer, maybe some out there that's very diluted, and you might be able to get away with that. But when you have a super concentrated fertilizer like the Farmer's Touch NPK, it's a 5-13-8. It just gives it right to that plant, and it's just very strong to that plant. So you have to actually be careful. That's why they lowered that number down to a 5-13-8, but it gives it right to the plant. The plant utilizes it right away, can't be washed off. Same, with the micronutrients. If you guys are interested in this, I highly recommend it. You can save on the front end, cut your granular fertilizer down in half, come back in, foliar feed. You have a better end game. I'll leave all the links in the description down below if you want to check that out. Check it out. Be prepared for this coming growing season in the spring and summer, and have better results at the end.